Hello, welcome to Cozy Ask Coey. I'm filming the intro for my whip and chat for this week. I'll probably have it posted tomorrow, Saturday, February 7th. I like to post them in the middle of the night because a lot of my followers are from the East Coast. I'm on the West Coast, so that way you guys can have it for any sort of working on projects that you're doing this weekend. I just want to do a little update. I probably will have a lot of edits for this whip and chat. One, my husband has been out of town. He comes back tonight. I'm filming this on Friday, so by the time you guys see this, he will be back in town. But the dogs are a little bit on edge. And also, Thursday morning when I filmed it, the smoke detector went off, which, is very terrifying. And we were on edge the rest of the day, despite multiple walks. Like I walked them a whole bunch. So I'm sorry. They're there's only so much we can do. So, they're doing a lot better today, though. I think I tired them out with all the walks that I did yesterday. And then I woke them up early this morning and I gave them a long walk this morning, too, before I took the kids to school. So I'm a little bit tired as well. And the dog walker is coming today, too. So hopefully they'll be a little bit better behaved tomorrow. Anyways, I wanted to say thank you for watching. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Enjoy the cozy hobbies that we've been doing. I've been doing a lot of diamond painting and cross stitch. I do plan on getting my state of the stash. I'm hoping to get it edited by next Wednesday's post. And then I do have a small order that came in. Well, it came in like a month ago and I waited on it. And then I realized when the state of the stash video that I needed to film my unpacking of it. So there's a small order that I am going to post on Monday probably. I just need to take like the photos for it, so I'm almost ready to post it. I don't think I need to do too many edits to that video, but one thing is with my whip and chat, I have not looked at the footage yet, but and I also wanted to make sure, in case, especially for new folks, new friends and old, that you guys know that this is a spoiler alert for sure. I'm doing a mystery kit number 98, art by Julia, interiors for my mystery kit, and I'm about a third of the way done with it. So there's definitely spoilers in there. So if that's not something that interests you, I have plenty of other videos to watch. I'll probably, once I'm done with this one, I'll probably do a different, like a non-mystery kit. I'll probably move over to like my refresher stash diamond paintings for my whip and chats or whatever I'm working on that week. This week I'm also working on Literate Dragon by Randall Spangler for the Fairy Tales and Folklore event that's being put on by Diamonds and Washi and Diamonds and Dr. Pepper. I did join that group, so if you're on there, I'm excited to see what you're working on. I'm realizing as I'm working on it that I need to finish it because I completely threw out the cover. Like, it was one of the first diamond paintings I started and it's very crooked. Like, I'm going to focus on it a lot this week. So one thing that I found out on Wednesday is that my reason why I'm having so many memory storage issues is that my data storing plan got switched to the family plan, and I was not aware of that. So I did order some stuff, like an external hard drive and stuff. So hopefully by next week, my whip and chat, I'm pretty sure, I haven't looked at the footage yet, but I'm pretty sure it cut out on me when I was working on the last part of it, because I think I probably ran out of memory again. My phone, I'm having issues with my phone too. So my phone, I'm having to clear my memory because I'm filming so much. I'm having to clear it like every couple weeks now. Because not only do I run this blog and this social media stuff for Oscoe, but I also run it from one of my kids' sports teams. So I have a lot of saved videos that other people have taken on my phone as well that I need for the posts and stuff. So it's a mess, and my battery is not lasting for more than like 6 or 7 hours, even if I don't use it for video taking. So it may be time for a phone upgrade. I really don't want to. I'm only 2 years into this phone, and I usually try and go 3 to 4 years on a phone. I really don't like upgrading phones regularly. I feel like we're pushed so much as consumers to replace our electronics, but I did buy like a backup battery. So I'm going to try that and see if that solves my problem. And if I just have like a regular every 2 weeks photo dump onto my hard drive, then I think that will solve some of the memory issues I've been having with my WIP and chats, because there's such long filming, right? Every time I film a WIP and chat, it's at least a couple hours. And I think that that's really clogging up all of my memory, is these WIP and chats that I then shorten down, right? Sometimes I put like, I speed them up. So I'm sorry if this is long. Thank you for watching. Hopefully my WIP and chats, when I edit them, they'll be all great. Please know there's going to be spoilers. I will put at the beginning of this, if you like something about skipping ahead, if you don't want to watch the whole intro and you just want to hear the WIP and chat. So whatever timestamp that's going to be when I add in the title screen. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate everybody. I will also in the next week or two probably have my like 100 subscribers celebration. So I'll post something about that on my community tab. So keep an eye on my community tab. I posted there yesterday or the day before about the state of the stash, which is going to be next week. So let's keep going forward and moving forward and getting our stuff done. I'm going to stitch today. I'm excited. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a fabulous day. Hello. Welcome to Cozy Ask Goey. Today I'm doing my WIP and chat. Sorry, dog. For mystery kit number 98, art by Julia. And this one is Interiors, I think is the name of it. But this is where I left off on last week. So this is the top of the painting, right? I have it upside down. And then this is kind of where I left off. This looks like it might be some containers or something. So we'll see how much we get done. I'm hoping to finish this section today. So I have this and then all the way across, but this is like all one color, and most of this is all one color. So I think it'll go pretty fast. And then I will be moving over to this section over here. Let me just make sure you guys can see this one right here. Yeah, you can see that. So this one is kind of like in the middle on the right. And this is the one the kids wanted me to do. And it only touches one square. We're getting to the point where I can't really do a 4 section without touching a square. So, you know, we'll have kind of like a flow like this all the way down to the bottom. But I'm going to do that section next. We'll see how far we get today. I'm really enjoying this piece. If you're new, welcome. If you haven't watched all my other videos in this series from when I started it, you should probably go back and at least glance at them and see kind of where I started. I started with this one here, this duck. I like picked the perfect one to show what this piece was about. But this is Mystery Kit number 98, art by Julia, and I will do an intro. I usually do an intro so that you guys don't have spoilers, because I want to make sure and let people know the spoilers. So thank you for watching. As always, please like and subscribe, and I hope you guys have a great day. I'm going to zoom in, and then we'll get going on the talking and all that. Okay, so we're going to work. Just want to make sure I'm good. Got my water. Look at this coaster my daughter made for me. It's so pretty. I love it. She crocheted it for me. She had one at the house when I was down there for Christmas. Sorry, I'm just getting all situated here. And I really liked it. And so she made me a bunch of them. I'm so grateful. I love purple, you know. So there's some white and some purple ones. And yeah, it was just really nice of her to do. So I think I'm going to start. Let's see. What should I start with? Should I do? We do have extra wax here, like these. I feel like this needs to be a little closer to me, so I'm gonna have to change the camera just a little bit, because I can't reach that. I mean, I could, but you know, let's see. Oh yeah, you guys can still see. Okay, good. All right, let's get started. Okay, So when I finished off, I did like this outlining here, and I know it's not all straight. I have a hard time getting the little things kind of, straight when there's nothing around to kind of lean it against. So I'm assuming I'll have to do some adjusting today. But this looks like some containers or something. And we all agree that we think that this is a mirror in our family. I kind of polled the family to see what they thought, and everybody thinks this is a mirror. So maybe it's a bathroom. I mean, that would make sense with the ducks in the water, but we'll see. So I think I'm gonna do this one next. This is like a line with a squiggle on top. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, it's one of the greens. Oh, I totally forgot that this was a green. Okay, 702. We all know I like some 702. It's one of my favorite colors. I use it so much. Anywho, it's been a busy week. I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely feeling like the winter crush of sports and getting everything done. My husband is out of town for a couple days. Me and my daughter and I, oh gosh, I need to turn it, out of town last weekend. So it's just been a lot of out of towning, and then, it's harder when you're by yourself. I think the kids are fine. Like, I don't have a problem at all handling the kids on my own. Like, I was a stay-at-home mom for a long time, and I really don't have any problem with that at all. It's just the dogs. Like, the barkiness of the dogs really bothers me. And I can't necessarily like we don't have a yard here. Like, it was fine when we were down in the States because I could just stick them outside and I could leave them alone. Like, right now we can't really leave Luna in the house by herself because she barks, and we're in an apartment, so the neighbors don't like that, which I totally understand, but it makes it difficult when you're by yourself because the kids still have activities and stuff. So she spends time in the car with me, and like, I don't like leaving dogs in the car by themselves. I'm really paranoid about it. So it's cold out, but then like if the sun comes out, then they're in a hot car, and that's so dangerous. Like, I just don't feel comfortable leaving them in the car, even in the winter, by themselves, because I just get worried that something will happen. So it makes it tricky. And then George, like, I think part of the reason why George is having a hard time right now with he's got some hot spots, is I think he gets anxious when we leave him by himself and don't take him with us. Like, in the morning, it's really only like 30 minutes. I left him this morning while I drove the kids to school, and it literally was only 20 or 30 minutes. But I feel like it bothers him. He doesn't get included. Like, he doesn't want to be left at home. So tomorrow I do have to leave them in the morning because my son has like an event at school, and I don't want to leave them in the car. So they will be by themselves for about an hour, and I'm going to try and walk them in the morning before we leave and see if that tires them out enough. But like this morning, they tested the smoke detectors as soon as I got back and got them all settled in their beds, taking their morning naps. Like, I made sure they got not a long, but like a good sniff around this morning. I made sure they each got like 15 minutes outside sniffing and checking all the normal, getting to know what happened in the neighborhood overnight. They like to sniff around and see what other dogs have been through. And we did some training. I did some training with Luna outside. There was a bunch of people and dogs, and so we worked on her reactivity, and she did amazing. Like, she's really come a long way. Hi, George. Baby. She's really come a long way. She's doing way better. So I worked on some of that this morning with them, and I had them sniff, and I got them all settled back in. And then of course they tested the smoke detector, and so that really scared them. And then it took another half an hour to get them kind of settled back in, because then we had to bark at everything. So I don't like the fact that we don't have a house without a yard for the dogs. I really worked really hard to get to a point where we had a fenced in yard, and it was so much easier. Like, I would literally let them outside every morning at like 5:30. They were ready to go. They would go outside. They would run around for like 45 minutes, an hour, just sniffing and chasing rabbits, and it was so good for them. But It's really hard to find rentals up here, and we're very lucky we got the rental we did, but because it's hard to find rentals that allow dogs also. Like that's also a huge issue up here in Canada. So, I we did the best we could, and the place we are at we really like. It's in a good location, and it's great for like the kids and us, but the dogs it's a little bit less so. They've adopted though. They're doing pretty well. George is fine. He doesn't he's not a problem. He's learned not to go up to everybody we walk by and try and sniff them, because that was a big, like, in a friendly way. He's very friendly. He loves other people, but he's really learned he can't be going up to people and just sniffing them, because not everybody likes that. So he's learned he can't say hi to people when we're on the street. It's funny. He gets so upset sometimes because you can tell, like, especially kids, he really wants to go say hi to all the kids. He loves kids. And he's a gentle giant. Like, I've never worried about him. The worst he would do is get some slobber on you, which I know, like, people don't like. I don't like it, but it's not going to hurt you, right? It's just slobber. So, yeah. But it's been a busy week. We've had a lot going on. I'm very tired. And like tomorrow is going to be really bad in the evening after school because both my kids have activities, and yeah, I'm going to be tired. My husband is coming home tomorrow though, so by the time this is posted, he will be home, and we have people in town the next 3 weekends, so I've been trying to get ready for that. And then we also have another competition in a couple weeks, and then we have family birthday this coming up. So like I've been doing all the planning for that. My husband really hasn't done any of the planning for that. He's not helping me at all. So it's just a lot. I don't know if other women feel that pressure, and that, if I don't do something, it doesn't get done. And half the time when stuff gets done, it's not put in the calendar, like things are scheduled, or I'm not notified that things have been taken care of. So it's just been kind of a challenge lately. But, we're still getting used to everything up here. I think it'll take us a full year to really settle in. And like the school, like I miss a lot of emails from school because I also am managing, like, not only am I managing this, right, this channel, which is a lot of work. Like, I don't know how people do it who are working full time, honestly, because it's like a full time job for me to be doing everything for this channel and the blog and editing and posting. Like, I don't know how people do it that work full time, because I could not. I might be able to post once a week if I was working full time. But I also manage social media for one of my kids' sports teams, and so that has been a lot of work too. And it's just, things get busy this time of year. I always forget that February is one of our busiest months. So I don't know. I still haven't planned anything for spring break. Like, there's just so much going on. But my daughter did great at her competition. They did really well. I'm really proud of the whole team for doing great. We have one more competition coming up later this month, and that's part of why our friends are in town, is they are also going to be, our American friends from her American team are going to be at that competition. So we're very excited to see everybody who's going to be in town when they come into town. So if you're one of my American friends that's coming into town next week or the week after and are watching this, then we are very excited to see you. I know I have a couple American friends that follow me. So we're very excited to see everybody. It's been a while since she's seen some of her teammates. So, but I mean, that may mean that we may travel, right? We may go and stay instead of, so I got to find a hotel room and stuff. So I may just take the kids to that and just stay. And then my husband can come for the day, because it's not that far away. It's only like half an hour away from where we live. So it's not like we have to stay overnight, but I was thinking it might be nice to stay overnight, and then she can get a bunch of hotel time with her friends from America that are going to be there staying overnight and kind of see her friends, because they're not like their team. You know how some teams, they want the teams together. They're not doing that until Saturday. So like Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday morning, she could hang out. But I still haven't heard what we need to do for our team yet, so I don't want to like commit. If they're going to schedule like a late Friday night practice, then I can't do the hotel room. So it's a lot. It's a lot. Kids sports are a lot. So, it's just a lot of doing, organizing, like flying. Like, it was hard. Like, we went straight from the competition to the airport, and then I had to like find a bench somewhere before security and pull all my liquids out of, like, because we had the suitcase that we took on we didn't check anything, so we had the suitcase we took on the plane, our carry-on, and then we had our personal item, which was a bag, and in the bag, like, I had to put all of her makeup for the competition in that bag, which is liquids, right? So she had to have access to it at the competition, and then I had to pull it all out and then rearrange and get it in another, in a Ziploc bag. And so it was just like a lot of doing. And luckily I was able to do it, and we were on standby for an earlier flight, because we weren't supposed to fly in until super late, like 11 o'clock, I think, is when our flight would have gotten in. And we ended up catching a way earlier flight, which was super nice. But it was kind of a rush. Like, I realized when we got back, we didn't even get home until like 8 o'clock or 7:30, because because we were earlier, we had to go to my son's sports practice, so there wasn't time to drive home and come back. So we didn't get back until like 7:30, and then I realized I hadn't eaten since like 11:30 that morning. Like, I hadn't had dinner or even a snack in the afternoon. I was so busy, I didn't even have time to eat a snack. So I was starving. So it just, it's tiring. It's really tiring, and I enjoy it though. Like, I really enjoy going to sports stuff with my kids. Like, I really enjoy seeing them succeed. I enjoy like seeing their teammates. We haven't known this team that long, but you see your kids' teammates grow from when they're little until they get older, and it's pretty cool to see how much everybody kind of grows over the years. They all kind of started out like her other team. Some of her teammates were only 7, 5, 6, 7 when they started, and now they're, not 10, 9 and 10. So it's kind of nice to see how everybody has grown the last few years. So, especially when they're close, like, I really like that about it. It's a non-school sports team, so you get people from all over the area, and that way, if there's any issues with the school friends you have, especially like in 5th and 6th grade with girls, they really need outside friends outside of school, because there's always drama in 5th and 6th grade for girls. So, anywho, I wanted to talk about other stuff too, not just like the exhaustingness of sports that I've been dealing with the last week, and then being home with the kids on my own for the rest of the week because my husband went off to hang out with his friends. It's been a while since he's hung out with this particular group of friends, and they're all really close. So I'm glad he gets to go out, but the timing is it's tricky. So, just because we have so much going on this week, but it's okay. It works out. So, anywho, I filmed my State of the Stash yesterday, and I totally forgot to film one of my pieces. And as soon as I was done, I'm so upset with myself. I was so busy that I didn't see that there was going to be mystery kits released on Monday at 9 a.m. And I totally missed them. And I got one of them, but I missed the other one. And I'm so upset with myself, because if I had known, I was putting stuff, like, I would have just been on my phone, and like I would have gotten both of them. But I wasn't, and I missed out on one of the mystery kits. So it's okay. I'm not upset enough to like try and find it somewhere else, but I'm just kicking myself. It's okay though. I still like, and then I finally, after I finished shooting, I got the shipping notification, of course, for the Eau Claire Studio one, the other one that came out a few weeks ago. So that should be coming. I think it's scheduled to be delivered on Monday, along with my Dreamer Designs stuff. That also is scheduled to be delivered on Monday. So I probably will have. I did an unpacking finally of those the orders that came from Dreamer Designs and Jada Gem Shop, and I checked the order dates on those, and literally it was like the beginning of December, and they must have come like right around Christmas time, but I still hadn't filmed them, so I've now since filmed them, and I should get those up. I think I'm going to schedule that one for Monday, and then that'll give me a couple extra days to finish getting all the editing done on my State of the Stash, and I'll post my State of the Stash Wednesday next week. So that's my sort of tentative plans for the next week as far as posting schedule goes. I have tons of other stuff to film and everything, but I'm trying to find a balance between Luna, come on. Sorry, the dogs are a little out of sorts since Daddy's out of town. I'm having a hard time finding balance between getting my crafting done, filming, handling all the other stuff for the kids, and doing my personal curriculum. So I'm working on it, but it's been hard. Like I wasn't feeling well for a full week and a half, 2 weeks even. Like the flight was rough. I'm not gonna lie. The flight going to sports event was really rough for me. I almost threw up like 10 times because I was just so nauseous. And that's not like normal. I couldn't read my book. I usually just read a book on the plane and then it goes by really fast, right? And it's great because I get my reading done, and I couldn't even do that. Like I had to just sit there with my eyes closed for most of the flight down, and then the rest of the flight back I couldn't read either. So I was just not feeling great, and I don't know. I need to get over this like vertigo stuff that I've been dealing with the last week. 2 weeks now, I think. So I don't know. It's not fun. Uh-oh. Where's P? I need P. It's P, right? P. I don't see it. I see A. I also need A. So I'm figuring it out though. Like I feel like every week I get a little bit more of a handle on it. I have to do my January recaps and my January WIP parade. I have to film those. I might film them tomorrow, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to film them tomorrow. Oh, I need way more of A. Look, it's all over here. I'm just not sure. I'm trying to get through Witch Kitty Brew too. So I've been working on Witch Kitty Brew while I edit, like, because I have to watch, like, especially my my State of the Stash is going to take, it's a lot of editing for that one, because I'm going to try and get pictures, like, because it's hard to see which diamond painting is which. So I was going to try and get, like, up in the side, up in the corner, graphic. It's not like a picture, but like whatever the listing photo is on the whichever diamond painting website it is, like Dreamer Designs, Orloa. I have a couple Jada Gem Shops. I was going to try and do that, and that is going to take forever because then I have to look each one up, and I had a lot of diamond paintings, let me tell you, friends. So many. Not as many as I thought, and I'm totally comfortable with my stash number. I will say I'm fine with it. My family feels like I have a lot, but I am totally okay with it. Sorry, one of the things that's going on tomorrow is not only do we have sports practice, but both of my kids have their school like dances, and somehow I have to get them from school to sports, then home, then one kid I had to pick up from sports, which happens to be at the same time that the other kid has to be at their dance. So they're just going to have to be late. And then I have to come back, grab the other kid who has got to get ready by themselves, which I feel horrible about. Like, I feel really horrible about that. But there's no one else home. Like, it's got to be that way. And then I have to take the second kid to their dance and drop them off. I can't even like walk in or anything and come back. It is a nightmare. It is a total and complete nightmare. Okay, you guys need to be quiet. Okay. Anywho, there's probably going to be a dog edit there. Sorry, guys. They're all out of sorts right now. Like I said, there was a fire alarm this morning. I tried to see if the dog walker could come an extra day and help me out, but she was booked. So it's just going to be me. Me and you hooligans, huh? My hooligans. Yeah, you guys are good doggies. I kind of wish I had more help. And also, I may be making a trip with my friends by myself because I have never done that before. I don't know about you, but I am somebody that would rather spend my time with my kids, and I'm so focused on them all the time that I kind of don't have space to hang out with my friends. So, I mean, my husband goes at least once a year for this company retreat, but all his really good friends go to that. So usually he gets to hang out and have a good time with his friends. So it's not like it's a work trip, but also he definitely has a lot of fun. So I think I'm going to go this year. I think I'm just going to book it. So, anywho, I have my State of the Stash. Hopefully, we'll be done by next week. I also, coming up, I'm working on fairy tales and folklore. So I have, oops, there's a lot of N's. I have, I'm doing not Innocent Dreams. I'm doing Randall Spangler, Literate Dragon, and I was very excited to see how many Randall Spanglers I had. I forgot I had a couple of ones that I had because they were down in the US. So I'm excited to get that one done. I've heard like Natalie at Diet Coke and Diamonds talk about her Spangler Smackdown, but I haven't looked up to see what that is. So Natalie, if you are watching and you're subscribed, I don't know. Let me know. I'll have to look up your older videos and see what it is, because I have so many Spanglers. I think I'm not alone in having so many Spanglers. I think a lot of people have a lot of Spanglers because they really are cute and adorable, and they have really good color for diamond painting. So they go fast. Like Literate Dragon is going really fast for me. So I'm hoping I got a whole section done like in under an hour and a half. I would say an hour and a half. I got a whole, like, not a big, like maybe most of this, like one square. So it went really fast. It was all color blocking. And I was doing it while I was like talking with the kids and stuff. So, because sometimes I'll set up at the table while they're doing their homework. And that way I'm available if they need to talk to me. Although more and more my kids just want to listen to music while they're doing their homework. So, and my son, like his homework is kind of, he doesn't have that much. My daughter seems to have a lot, but my son doesn't yet. So I think in another year or two he probably will, but he's still in that, elementary school when they don't have a lot of homework. So maybe in a year or two he'll catch up. But I guess he will in 2 years, because that's when. Oh no, they're 3 grades apart now. Yeah, my kids are now 3 grades apart instead of 2 up here. So, just the way the grading system works. I don't know. It's weird getting used to the grades up here. I had to email a teacher. The report cards came out, and I had to email and be like, am I missing something? Like, this looks really low. But it turns out that it's just the way they grade. It's so different than down in the US that, like, in fact, this low grade was actually a high grade. So they grade on different standards. So I don't know. Like, I guess my daughter, one of her classes, they grade for her grade and the grade above, which I don't understand. Like, the grade she got was if she had completed the next grade that she would have been in, instead of like where she's at now. So, like, the standards are different up here, and it's going to take us a while to get used to it, I think. Anywho, the grading standards are different up here, and I'm still getting used to it. And I don't know. Eventually, I'll figure it out, I guess. But luckily, this kid's school, both of the kids' school, is really good about, like, if I email them and say, "Hey, I'm not understanding what this is, like, why, what the standard is, because we're not used to it." They're really good at it's nice. It's really nice that they're so supportive, and they're really good at responding right away, so that I can, like, be like, "Hey, look, I talked to your teacher already, and this is what this means," because I know that they don't know necessarily all the way either. I'm sure they explain it in class, but I'm sure the explanations are well done, but you never know what your kids hear. Sometimes they don't hear everything the teacher says, if they're busy or if they're distracted or whatever. So I always try and, like, figure out. I was trying to reach out, and luckily her school is really good about getting back to me. So I love that about them. They're a really good school. So anywho, I guess I don't really have a lot to say. I thought I would have a lot to say, but I think I'm all talked out from dealing with, like, everything all weekend. I was totally over socialized in the weekend. My daughter too. So, but I'm really proud of the team. They did really great. My daughter did great. So it's always fun. Like, I used to do that with my oldest when she did sports. We would go on trips and stuff with them for competitions, and it's always nice to bond with the other parents. And we had some good laughs. We all kind of sat in one section, and somebody brought streamers, so we all were loud and cheered them on. Not just our team, but the larger team. There's other different levels in the teams. So we all kind of, it's like really nice to have that kind of supportive environment. So I really like that part of it. Like, my kids are more individual sport type kids, but I like that they are each doing, like, a team. Oh my gosh, I'm getting a lot of messages. Oh, it's overwhelming. Like, sometimes I wake up in the morning and I have 70, 75 messages from just my kids' sports team. So I don't know. It's a lot. It's part of why I'm struggling to get stuff done, is I'm constantly being distracted by messages from sports, from school. People are a lot more talkative up here, which is good. I think it's great that everybody kind of stays in touch about school and stuff. Their school has so many events. It's crazy. Like, I'm constantly signing permission slips for field trips and stuff. They are just, like, in December, both of my kids went ice skating as a class, and then I think there's a ski trip coming up. Like, I really love how they kind of make sure that the kids try out all the sports. They also in PE did basketball, they did volleyball, they did pickleball, badminton. They've tried out like every sport. I'm sure in the spring they'll do soccer when it's a little bit warmer out. They did track, I think, or running. I think running, and they'll probably do track, I'm sure, in the spring as well. Like they just try out every sport, and I love it. It's so good. They're doing rock climbing at some point, I think. So like this whole like getting the kids out and doing all these exercises, I think is really good for the kids to try things they wouldn't necessarily try, right? So, ooh, pee. There's not very much left in that. No, you guys are fine. I'm so sorry. This is like why I was kind of hesitant to film this WIP and chat this week, is because some of us are a little bit loud. Some of us are a little bit anxious. I think the landscapers are also here too, and that's always a bad thing. That's why I usually film on Wednesdays. Tuesdays are hard to film because of landscaping, and then I think they're also here again today. So, oh, see that? That one had popped up. I think it's also garbage day. Oh my gosh. I don't know what that message was. Yeah. Anywho, I'm very excited for the weather to warm up coming up soon. I'm already thinking about planting my garden. I have one planter box that I brought up and a little bit of dirt, but I need to I've got to get more dirt. The garden center, I think, finally opened up. It was closed for a few weeks this winter, which I think is great that they closed it. And then it looked like the employees were still working. They were just closed to, I think they just did like a big clean out, and then they probably got all their new stock in. So I'm definitely going to be shopping local for my seeds and stuff this year. It looks like there's a bunch of garden places up here that sell like local seeds and everything. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm planning to plant some flowers. I've noticed there's not a lot of bees in this area. Although yesterday when I was walking the dogs, I went around the corner like of the building, and I came around the corner and there was like a bush in full bloom, and it was just covered in honeybees. Like it's February, right? It was really cool to see that. It was like a warm day and they must have come out of their hive to like get some pollen. So it's kind of cool to see, like in the middle of winter, like at least there's some bees in the area. But we're more urban than I'm used to. We're kind of towards the city center, and it's just not the same as when you live out, like when we lived out in the woods, or like when we lived in the last year and a half, like it was pretty woodsy in our area. Both places everywhere I've lived in the Seattle area, like when I lived down there, it was always woodsy. So I mean, it's still woodsy here, but it's not the same as like when you're in the suburbs. And we are a little bit more urban than I'm used to at the moment, which is fine. Like we don't need a lot, but I haven't seen as many birds and bees as I would think I would, since we're so close to the woods. I don't know. Maybe there's not as many. I did notice though that they did not cut back the grass, which I'm really glad they didn't, because that's where a lot of bugs and stuff live in the winter, is in like grass stalks and everything. So there's a lot of decorative grass around our complex, and they didn't cut a lot of it. They left it for the winter. So I'm really glad they did that, because that helps with like the bug population. A lot of bees, like solitary bees, will overwinter in the grass. Like that's why I never used to cut mine. So I don't know. Ooh, you see that? They popped out. I was hoping to finish this a lot faster than I am. I think I'm a little slow. There's a lot of confetti in this area here, so maybe that's why. Okay, let's see. Anywho, I'm going to stop at lunchtime. So it's like 10 o'clock right now. I've been hungry earlier this week, all week, because of the time change from when we flew. So we'll see. Ooh, I did eat a decent breakfast, though. I ate my last waffle. I always keep frozen waffles, gluten-free frozen waffles on hand for those days when I need a little pick-me-up, which was today for sure, this morning. I woke up at 5 this morning on my own. So I had time to work on some of the social media stuff I needed to do and, get stuff done and get croissants in the toaster oven for the kids before school so that they were ready to go. What are you doing? Luna. Huh. That's true. The dog is getting into stuff. I don't know what she's getting into. Maybe there's food in that bag. My daughter left. I don't know. I gave them their like lick mats this morning. Have you ever guys done lick mats with your dogs? It's like a sensory kind of. I just steamed sweet potatoes. Although this morning I did broccoli too. Like I had some steamed broccoli and I just kind of smashed it on there as best I could. But they lick it and it helps them with their like, it's like a mental game kind of, their mental stimulation. And it also satisfies, like if they have like the need to lick, it helps them with that too. I know Luna gets bored with hers right away, and then George finishes both of them. He's very patient about licking everything off of it. But I usually just steam sweet potatoes, like if I'm steaming vegetables anyways, or I'll steam them specifically for the dogs and me because I eat a lot of steamed sweet potatoes. Then I just smash it on there. Like there's no need to buy anything fancy for it. I just buy regular food that they can eat and you just smash it on there. Like a lot of people will do baby food, or there's like you guys. I thought it was hilarious, and I almost bought one just to see if it was any different, but then I was like, no, I'm not spending the money on that. They have like those baby food pouches, but they're for dogs, and they have in them like baby food, basically like chicken and vegetables in these pouches, and then you squish the pouch on the lick mat. But like they're $5 or something like that, or $6. They were so expensive, and like I literally just took a couple of small pieces of sweet potato and smashed them on there, and it worked just fine, and it probably cost me 10 cents. So don't fall for that. You can just steam your own vegetables. Sweet potatoes are really good for dogs. You don't want the sugar. You could do I don't know what else you could do. Let's see, what else is good for dogs. You could take some rice, even like brown rice, make a pot of rice and just smush some of the rice on there. Like George is allergic to chicken, so I can't do like a chicken on there. But you don't want a lot of salt is one of the things. Like dogs can't have that much salt. So you want to make sure you're not getting like canned chicken or something like that. But I couldn't believe how much they were charging. And like pet food regulations are not as strict as baby food. So you never know, like those pouches, if there's mold in there. Because those pouches tend to get mold sometimes. So I don't know. I just steam vegetables like broccoli. Carrots are a little bit sweeter than sweet potatoes, I think. You do regular potatoes. You could do like some sort of grain, like oats. You could make oatmeal, plain oatmeal without any salt in it or sugar, and you could just smash that on there. Like there's so many options. Oats might be hard to get off, but I just stick it in the dishwasher. I either rinse it right away and then it just comes off immediately, or I wash it and I stick it in the dishwasher if I forget. Like just now, I'm just now remembering that I have not picked them up off the floor because I didn't know if the dogs were done. So, but I think they are because they're not eating them anymore. I just put them out maybe half an hour ago. I usually give them an hour because sometimes they'll come back to it later. They'll get distracted by something and they'll come back to it. But yeah, it's been a great, like, low cost. Well, I don't think they cost that much money. I don't remember. I bought them like 6 months ago, so I don't remember how much they cost. But they're silicone and they work really well, and you can just put whatever leftovers. Like sometimes if we just have leftover like steamed vegetables, I'll just pop those on there instead of giving them to the kids or whatever. I just stick the leftover vegetables on there. It works really well. One thing you cannot do though is avocados. Avocados are poisonous to dogs. But like blueberries, sometimes I'll smush some blueberries on there, or if we have leftover, like when you make chicken stock, there's that chicken you could use. I can't because of the dog, but because George is very allergic to it. But you could just take the chicken, like the leftover chicken that was on the bones, and smush it on there. I mean, there's so many possibilities. Or whipped cream, like if you had mashed potatoes would work really well, I think, because they're already mashed, right? But it basically like has all these little grooves that you can do, that you just smush stuff into, and then they have to lick it out. So I don't do it every day because then they get bored, right? But I try and do it a few days a week. Just to kind of keep them occupied. Okay, I think I'm going to do this X before I forget. There's a couple of them in here. Oh, one of my friends texted me this morning to see how I was doing after my vertigo stuff last week, and I was doing a lot better, but now I'm getting like I'm feeling like I might have to do some more ginger ale again today. I don't like having soda, but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, huh? I'm really behind on my cross stitch, I will say. I haven't stitched in over a week, not since we left. I tried to stitch on Monday night, but I was so tired that I just didn't, because when I'm too tired, I make mistakes, and I didn't. And then Tuesday nights are the late sports and then early sports Wednesday morning. So I didn't stitch on Tuesday night because I went to bed like before the kids did. And then last night I was going to stitch again, but for some reason I turned on the TV and then I just watched TV. So I don't know. Wednesday nights I'm tired too, because Wednesdays I have to get up so early after being up late the night before, and I'm just exhausted. So I don't usually stitch on Wednesday nights just because I'm so tired. But maybe today, this afternoon, I will have time. After I'm going to finish this section, and then I should be able to stop after I do this section. And then if I do work on the other section that I talked about, I will film that as well, but it will probably be later after the kids get home or something like that, because I need to work on my cross stitch. I need to get started on it, so I'm way behind. Like on my stitch along, both of my stitch alongs I'm behind on. I'm not as worried about the Song of the Seasons one, because it went pretty fast when I was working on it. So, but my son one for My Haid one, I really need to be I should be finished, close to being finished with the full page, and I'm not even close. That one's gonna take me a really long time, so I gotta get ahead on that one. I gotta get like a couple thousand stitches this week, but so if I can do 500 today, I think I will be feeling a lot better about myself. And that's a lot for me to stitch in one day. I had to stop. Like I couldn't stitch when I was having vertigo. So, oh, nope, that's only 3. It was too hard for me to be looking up and down, you know? So I didn't stitch for a while and then we were gone. And I couldn't, like, I'm not going to take scissors on the plane. So I just didn't take any of my cross stitch. I didn't even take any of my diamond paintings with me because I knew I'd be too busy. So I took my book and I took some coloring for my daughter to work on, and she worked on it. Or not the coloring part, but she used my pens and stuff. So I have like a coloring book. I can link it. It's like color by number, but it's all the shapes are the same. Like it's all circles. I really like it. One of my coworkers who was working on diamond paintings with me showed me it. So it's really fun, and it's good because I can just give a piece to somebody else. Like sometimes the kids want to join, the other kids, oh, look, I missed a down arrow. Other teammates want to join, and so I will just bring that one with me with my Pentel pens, which, by the way, I've had those for almost a decade now, probably 9 years, and they're finally starting to die on me. So I need to replace them at some point in the near future. I didn't think I'd ever see the day, but I'm not the only one that uses them. My kids use them too. And I've loaned them out, like when we go to sports or when we go on vacation. I always take that set with me. So other people have used them. It's not just been me. So like when we go camping, I always bring those, and I bring the same coloring book I'm talking about, and then my Mandela one, because I can pull the pages. That one has perforated pages you can pull out, and that's another color by number. So that way I can share. I think it's important, when you have other families that you're hanging out with, to kind of share and bring activities all together. So we might go camping again this spring, but I don't know. I gotta find somewhere up here to camp. So if you know of it anywhere, I've heard that like people go to Banff. This one of the moms was telling me this weekend is that you go to Banff. A lot of people go to Banff for like spring break or summer, over the summer. It's like a really popular place to camp and go hiking. So I may have to look into that and see. I don't know about camping, but they go there to visit. So I guess it's not very far. It's in the middle of the country, so I guess it's not very far for a lot of people to drive or something. I've never driven there. I don't even know where it is. So I know it's somewhere in Canada. somewhere in Canada, in the middle, kind of, maybe. So I'm gonna have to look it up and see. But I guess there's a lot of really cool things that they have in the summer. So I may try and take the kids there this summer. So we will be down in America for at least 2 weeks. It looks like, now that I've gotten my daughter's schedule for one of her camps. I now know which week she's going to go. So, and my son's week is the week before that he's going to hang out with his friends. So, yeah, it's going to be a lot this summer, I think. Honestly, I don't even know what our plans are going to end up being, because I will probably leave everything till the last minute. So, because I don't really have time to plan anything right now. Oh, look, I haven't opened that one yet, and I don't have my scissors with me. So I'm going to pause here for just a second. Okay, I got myself a ginger ale too. I just have still have this like scratchy throat, and I think it's just from being on the airplane and shouting, cheering on the team. And I talked a lot this weekend because, you know, I don't know. I just felt I was very run down the first couple days I got back, I should say. It was a lot. It was a big weekend. So 3, 5, 6. Oh my gosh. What color is it? This one? Nope. This one. Nope. Not that one. 3, 5, 6. This one? Nope. Some of these are the ones where it's like a whole bunch. They had big packs. Lots of big packs. Oh, that does not look the same. Look, it's like oh, that's why. They don't have any colors on them because it's a mystery kit. Oh my gosh. I'm so tired. Can you tell? Like those colors don't match. Normally the sticker like has the number and like the color that they are, but oh, bear with me. I try and figure out obvious things. I'm so tired. I had 3 cups of coffee too. Okay, so this is number 4. So this is like in here. No more coffee for me. I do have other stuff I should be doing right now instead of filming this, but I was feeling a little bit like anxious. So I thought I would try and, I don't know, the hanging painting has really helped me through some of the difficulties that are happening right now. Some of the stress. It's a really good stress reliever for me. So I decided to do this instead of editing my state of the stash because I needed to film anyways today, but I was hoping to get through a little bit of editing first, but I just was like, I need a break. I need a brain break. So I decided to diamond paint. And now I'm wondering if I actually did start the recording again. So I'm going to check that real quick. I think I did. But clearly I'm not awake. Clearly I'm exhausted. Let's see. Are we recording? We are. I filmed a whole intro and then I realized afterwards I hadn't pushed start on the recording. So that's where we're at today. So, okay, 5. Let's do 5 next. And I kind of want to fill in these bottles. So let's do 5. Where's 5? It would help me find them if the colors were on there, but I also understand, like, it's a mystery kit, right? You can't be showing the colors ahead of time. It's okay. I wonder if these are books. Maybe these are books? I don't think it's a bathroom. Now I feel like maybe it's books. I don't know. I did peek at this one at one point, but that was a month and a half ago. So at like what the actual painting is. So I don't really remember exactly what everything is. I just know like kind of the general gist of it. And I feel horrible that I did that because the whole point is for me to get the mystery of it. But I don't know. I just had this urge and I followed my urge to check and see which one it was. I didn't like look up what is Mystery Kit number 98. I went to the Art by Julia website and I tried to figure it out. So, and once I went to the website, it was, I'll tell you now. So in case you guys are thinking of doing this, it was really easy. to figure out which one it was. So it only took me a minute or two. And that was after I did that first panel with the duck on it. So I'm just saying, I wouldn't recommend doing it because I think the surprise of it is more fun, and kind of doing it all at the same time, slowly. Okay. Huh. Maybe these are books. Let me know in the comments what you think this is. If this is books or like bathroom counter stuff, because there's a mirror. The mirror is throwing me off. I don't know. There's so much water. Like, it can't be. I feel like the water means it's a bathroom, but it could be like a living room mirror. Okay, now we're going to do percent. Percent. Where are you, percent? Anyways, I'm going to work on my cross stitch today quite a bit. I'm going to try and get through as much as I can. There it is. Oh, I haven't opened that one up either. 993. 992. This one? Yep, 993. It's like a teal. I need to get working on it. I have so many cross stitch patterns I want to work on. I did get through a large, I think I got, oh, I didn't do my okay, I will film it separately and then put it up in the corner like I've been doing for my Witch Kitty Brew progress. How I've been kind of doing that. I totally forgot to do that first. So I'll do that first. I'll go do a quick overview of my Witch Kitty Brew progress. I did work on it a little bit yesterday. I might have worked on it earlier this week too, but I know for sure I worked on it yesterday for a little bit while the kids were doing their homework. And I think I got most of the section done that I was working on. I switched to the top section like up in here because I was oh, that's right, I was working on it while I listened to my Stay of the Stash while I was editing that, because it was like almost an hour and a half, 2 hours long, the film, and I had to cut it down because the dogs kept barking. So I had large sections of listening before I had to edit and stuff. And so I work on a diamond painting, and because I was working at my desk, like there's not enough space for me to really spread out like this, and so I have to have it like rolled way up and then just working on the one section. So I just moved to the top and started working on that, because that's what I was going to do next after I finished the side. And it wouldn't work with the side just because it's so tall. Like that side of it wouldn't have sat on my desk correctly. It would have been all bent out of shape. Oops, excuse me, because I have a lot of other stuff on my desk that's there at the moment that probably should not be there. So much static in this house. So, oh, I vacuumed yesterday, and yet again, the diamond painting fairy had come, and there were drills all over underneath this table on my floor. It was pretty bad. But that diamond painting fairy, man, she leaves sprinkles of diamonds everywhere, all over my house. I don't know why. But yeah. I have to vacuum every day. Ideally I would vacuum every single day, but we're supposed to be running the robot vacuum every day, but somehow that has not been done. And I don't have the app on my phone, so it's not like I can just run it. So I don't know. I don't feel like it's very effective. I'll probably vacuum tonight after I've done all this diamond painting, because I don't want these drills. I'm spilling, I'm sure. And I don't want them to get all over the house. So I'll probably do it tonight. But it only takes 10 minutes. It's not like it's a big, huge chore. So anywho, I want to work on my cross stitch. I need to do that today. I'm going to do that this afternoon. I have made some progress on Witch Kitty Brew. I think I got most of a section done yesterday while I was editing, because it was all color blocking, so it wasn't too hard. And then I'm going to try, and I did work on Literate Dragon. I started that on Monday. I started working on that one again. So I finished a section on that earlier this week. And that was the drills that were all over the floor yesterday, were the Literate Dragon ones. There's a lot of ABs. Really hoping I don't run out. But I've been working on that for fairy tales and folklore this week. And I've posted the link to that kickoff video quite a few times. So I'm not going to post it again, but it's run by Diamonds and Dr. Pepper and Diamonds and Washi. And there's a Facebook group, so I have been posting my progress in there. If you are part of that Facebook group, if you are doing that event, let me know in the comments, and I will go like all of your photos of your progress. But I'm doing that one, and then maybe I'll announce it kind of here first. But I'm going to be doing the March Minis Madness that like 4 people are doing, but I can put that one. I probably won't put that in a link that today, but I'm going to make an announcement here in the next couple weeks or so. That one. And I haven't decided which minis I'm going to do yet. I'm probably going to post something and then leave some of it up to you guys to decide which ones I should do. I have a lot of minis, and I need to get through them. I was thinking, because I have one from Oraloa, I have some from Paint Gem and some from Pretty Little Gems, and then I don't think I have any from Dreamer Designs. Oh, I have one mini kit from Diamond Art Club from the Advent calendar. So I was thinking of doing like a couple from each company. Or I was thinking of doing like, because you need 16 for your, oh my gosh, my brain is dying. Your, like the sheet where your bracket. There we go, the bracket. So you need 16 for the bracket. So I was thinking of either doing 4 from each company, and I'm not doing any of my mystery kit ones because I don't like giving spoilers on mystery kits. So I know I'm doing a mystery kit right now, but I make sure and announce it. But I want to be able to post my progress photos in the group. And so I'm not going to do a mystery kit because you have to just email those. You're not allowed to spoil it for everybody else, which I totally respect. So I'm not going to do any mystery kits for the March Mini Madness. I do have a couple of mystery kit diamond minis that I have as well, but I'm not doing those. So I was thinking of doing, I have the autumn landscapes, I have this cat ones, I have the rainbow ones. Oraloa ones I think are food. They're cute. But I was thinking of doing a couple from each one maybe, or I was thinking of trying to get through one whole kit, which will have 12. I think the most they have of the ones I have at least have 12 in there. So I could finish one whole set and then do like a couple from other ones just for like a little bit of a break. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, let me know in the comments what you guys think. This is kind of like a little sneak peek if you've made it this far into my WIP and chat. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I feel like I'm halfway through one of the country landscape ones from which one is that from? It's not Paint Gem. Maybe it is Paint Gem. It might be Paint Gem on that one. I don't know. I really want the Sesame Street mini dazzlers from Diamond Art Club. Like, I'm obsessed. I almost bought them when they came out and they were new. I'm completely obsessed with them. And I want them. But I haven't bought them. Oh, look, this is all this color over here. Okay. I didn't realize that, so I need to pour more out. I did break my buying ban. Like I said, I bought the mystery kit, but I also went on Dreamer Designs. Oh no, maybe it was Jada Gem Shop. It was Jada Gem Shop. And I bought I noticed that one of the crafters den ones is a cat fedora, the mystery kit crafters den, and I I bought it. And then I was like, oh, I wonder if they have. So there's this painting, and I can never remember the name of it, but it's literally my favorite painting. And it's this girl sitting in this chair wearing this orange dress. And the original is stunning. Like, I've never seen it in person. I don't know, even know, like, I can never remember the name of it, but every time I see it, I'm just blown away. And they have a diamond painting of it, and I bought it. I caved and I bought it, and I'm not going to regret it, I don't think. So, but I didn't buy anything from Diamond Art Club, I guess. I don't know. I didn't want the Cat Fedora one to go out of stock because I love Cat Fedora, and I could have waited on the other one. I honestly could have, but I don't regret it because I've been looking for a diamond painting of it for months and months and months. So I'm just gonna gonna be okay with it. I don't know. And they might not come for, JJ Gem Shop takes a long time. I imagine she's not going to ship anything for weeks. So I don't even know if it was one of the ones that was like ready to ship or not. So, but I guess for the crafters den, there's a Discord server, which I didn't know. I'm not really on Discord. I have had a hard time figuring out how to use Discord. I just don't have the like time to sit there and figure it out. I'm on WhatsApp a lot because that's where a lot of like this kid's school and the sports teams are all on WhatsApp, and it is just constant with WhatsApp. Like, I'm not kidding. I will wake up and I will have 70 messages at 6:30 in the morning. It's ridiculous. So I just like I have a hard time staying on top of everything. I was still part of the old, like our previous school. I was still part of that group as well, but I finally left it because I just like I like kept thinking, oh, I need to leave this group, and then like I kept forgetting, and then I finally left it a couple like last month, I think, and it's really helped not have those messages as well. So, because that was a lot too. Like when we went to that school, they didn't really post that often in the group, and so it wasn't like a big deal, but I guess now they're posting a lot more in it, so I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm going to do a time lapse of the rest of this because I don't really have a whole lot else to talk about. I'm behind on my cross stitch. I need to work on that. I did my state of the stash. I'm not going to tell you how many were there. You guys are going to have to watch the video next week. I have orders coming in. I don't know. I'm so tired. Oops. I am really enjoying working on this though. Like I really like working on it. I am excited also to start the next mystery kit. I feel like I'm finally starting to see like major progress on both this one and Witch Kitty Brew, and so I'm really excited about that because I felt like I worked on them for a long time and it didn't look like I had made significant progress. Like I knew I made progress, but like now you can tell like when I open this one up that there's a lot of sections done on it. And I like this doing like a square of four at the same time. I feel like the small sections are just too small. I don't know. Do you guys prefer like if I finish the whole section each time, or do you mind like where I just work on it in a large chunk at a time? Let me know in the comments. My next set of WIP and chats will probably be from my refresher stash. I'm probably not going to do my mystery kit as a WIP and chat, unless you guys want me to. But I don't know. Like, let me know also if that's what you want. Do you want WIP and chats with the mystery kits, or would you rather have a WIP and chat with something else. The next mystery kit I'm doing is number 54, and it's Nature by D. Rusty Rust. It's very old, so it probably came out in 2023, and I'm sure that other people have seen it. Like, I'm not like, this one is a little bit, it was newer, but I was so excited to work on it because I love art by Julia. Like, I couldn't resist it. So I don't know. I think that probably people will come back later and watch it while they're working on it. Like, that would be really cool. Let me know if you're working on it at the same time as me. That'd be kind of fun to do, like a WIP together or something like that. Is that something that people in diamond painting do? Do they do like a WIP along? Is that what you would call it? What would you even call that? Like like a stitch along, but it would be like a diamond painting along where everybody's doing like a section together. That would be fun. Oh, I did post on my post tab. I wanted to also mention on my post tab, I posted on my post tab. I pre-ordered Sea of Charms by Sarah Beth Durst. I just did my book review for The Spell Shop, which is now becoming one of my favorite books ever. She's like a romanticy kind of author. And it's not like I would let my daughter read it, my 12-year-old. So it's not like super steamy or anything like that. I think they just kiss is like the worst that happens in it. But it's really well written and I loved it. And then the book I took on the plane that I was hoping, like, if I had been able to read on the plane, I would have been able to finish a large portion of my book, but I couldn't. It was The Enchanted Greenhouse by Sarah Beth Durst. And so far, it is really good. So, Sea of Charms, which is the third book in the Spell Shop series, and they're kind of like standalone books. Like, the Spell Shop is about a librarian named, I think it's Kiela or Keela. It's Kiela. And then the plant Kaz, Caz. And then the Enchanted Garden is about Kaz, his creator, the librarian that created him, right? Because he's an enchanted plant. So it's like along the same lines. And I haven't really read that much of the Enchanted Greenhouse. Sorry, the Enchanted Greenhouse, not the Enchanted Garden. So I can't really tell you, and I'm not going to give any spoilers away or anything like that, but I can't really tell you if they kind of overlap at all. I don't think they do. And then the Sea of Charms, I'm assuming, is going to take something out of the Enchanted Greenhouse and add it into, it's going to be something like that, I'm guessing. But it hasn't come out yet. It doesn't come out until July 28th. And I was thinking of doing like some sort of book club with it if anybody wanted to join me. So I would probably set up like a Zoom meeting maybe, where we could just chat about, and then I probably would not post it online. It would probably be something more private because I know that not everybody wants to have their face out there for the world. But it would be something fun that we could kind of do as a community, in the Oscoe community. I thought it might be fun. And then maybe we could do like a diamond painting or a cross stitch along with it. But I don't know. I'll link the review of the Spell Shop. And if you haven't read my reviews before, one, you should, because I read a lot of books. And two, they are very brief, like very, very brief. I don't like to give a lot away. I just mostly like to do my recommendation, like a general recommendation, and talk a little bit about the plot because I really don't want to give spoilers. And I do like a little drawing along with it of like my interpretation of something in the book. So it's not like representative of the whole book, but it's something in the book. And I'm doing those little drawings to kind of work on my art skills because I have very little formal art training, right? I did like a drawing class back in college, like many years ago. And I really enjoyed it, but I haven't taken any art classes since. And I'm not like a natural Like I didn't have a lot of art growing up, I would say. Not like my kids. My kids, like, they take art classes at school. You know, my oldest was in art classes, like after school activity. That was what she really wanted. She's all three kids of my kids are I I mean, I'm their mom, so I think they're really good artists, but they're way better than I am even now. So they're very artistic because, you know, I've always not pushed, but like encouraged them to do art. And we've always done kind of art together. So they've all had way more art than I have. And so I'm doing these drawings for my book reviews, and I'm doing them in a specific way. I have like a sketchbook that I use it, the same one for each one. They're all dated in there. And I use my Pentel pens. So I'm going to have to buy new ones because I think that's part of why I'm running out. And I do more like a line with like cross hatches type drawing. It's not concrete. It's more like a sketch, and it's very kind of more specific. So it's like the style. I try and keep the style all the same. So I'll link the review below for The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. And then I think I would love to see if there's interest in doing like a book club with it. I don't know if I will end up doing Zoom meetings, or if I'll end up doing like a live, and maybe by then I'll be able to do lives. I can't remember how many subscribers you have to have in order to do a live. But I will probably end up doing something like that, and just kind of go over the book. Maybe if everybody wants to bring a drawing, if you're into drawing, or maybe some sort of like painting or something. Or we could just keep it low key and just like talk about what we like about the book or what happened in the plot. So I was thinking of doing that in August, because the book comes out on July 28th, or maybe even September, to give people a chance to like get it. But I am sure that you can find a local bookstore and pre-order it, and not through Amazon. I got it through Amazon. You know, I have an Amazon problem, like I really do. But I'm sure you could find a local bookstore to get it through. I would say it probably, if you're going to go the library route, just because it comes out, and I'm sure it will be pretty popular at the library. She's she has a bunch of other books that she's written for a different series, which I saw them online, and I'm going to look and see if I can find them like at the used bookstore next time I go down. They're different. I don't know much about the other books that she has written because I haven't really had a chance to look at them yet. But it sounds like they might be like a different kind of theme, or maybe they're like a fantasy too. But I don't know, so don't quote me on that. But it might be fun. It might be fun to kind of like do a community thing, to build community. And you know, I love my subscribers. I love this author. They're all quick reads. They're not like super hard to read. So it's a nice break. Like I read The Spell Shop the first time I read it on a flight when I went to San Diego last June. I read half of it on the way down, and I read the other half on the way back. Or maybe I was halfway done and then I finished it on the plane. So it wasn't like a long read. Oh, I know, that's right. I read it while I was in San Diego. Like it took me about a week to read it, in the evenings and then on the flight. So I really like her work. So maybe if you guys are interested, we can do that as a community. So I was thinking of making like a cross stitch for it. It might be fun. Not to sell, just to do. It might be a fun thing to do, because I really like cross stitch, and I feel like if you use some metallic threads, it would be beautiful. So I'm almost done. Look, I just have this section in here. It's mostly L's, but here there's the, oh, it's my favorite. It's the frosted. Oh my gosh, I love these drills so much. Have you guys seen them? Have you guys used the frosteds? Oh, they have this feel to them. There's not any in this section, but over here there is. Oh my gosh, they have this feel to them. It's like, oh, they just feel different than the other ones. Oh, maybe those aren't them. It's here. No, it's here in the duck. Oh my gosh, I love how they feel. It's a total sensory thing for me. They feel so good. They're just like smooth. And they're not sparkly, so like they make the sparkles stand out on the other sides of them. They're like a matte finish kind of. Oh, I like them a lot. I don't know. Do you guys like the frosted ones? I feel like maybe I'm the only one. I love how they feel in my, and when I put my finger, like when I touch them. It's weird. It's like it's a very satisfying feel. Anyways. Oh. So I'm thinking of doing this book club. I'm trying to think ahead for, I'm doing Refresher Stash, right? And then I'm doing the Fairy Tales and Folklore. So that's going to be a Refresher Stash piece because my copy of Litter Dragon is really old. So I don't know. I was looking through my diamond paintings and I was doing my state of the stash and I was counting them all up and everything. And I have fewer older ones than I thought. I really only have maybe about 25. And I am going to count them and figure out exactly how many I have before I so don't quote me on that. For the video that I made, right? I'm going to put that in there. How many old ones I have. Oh my gosh, these are going to be all over the floor too. I'm going to have to vacuum today. I just don't want the dogs eating them. Sometimes they do poop out diamond paintings, diamond drills. Somebody ate my chapstick lid the other day. I came back from the trip and I like it had fallen off in my purse. Like my the lid to my chapstick that I had on the plane had somehow fallen off, or it fell off in like the Ziploc bags. I put them in the Ziploc bag for they're like semi-liquid or something like that. So they have you take them apart, put them in the bag. And so I had pulled it out and set it on the table. And then like one of the kids distracted me or something like that. And somehow the lid like fell on the floor. And I saw it on the floor, but then I had to take care of something else and I didn't pick it up right away because it didn't really register in my head what it was until after I had completed whatever the task was that I had to do. So I went back to go grab it and off the floor because I was like, what is that white thing on the floor? You know? And then it didn't really process in my brain until after I was done. Then I went back to go grab it and it was gone. And my husband did not pick it up. I think one of the dogs ate it. They love chopstick. It won't hurt them. It's small. But now I'm like, I can't cover my chapstick. Like, what am I supposed to do? So I just have it on my desk. Like, I might have to get some plastic wrap because it was brand new before I went on the trip. I had just bought a bunch of them to replace because I was low. You know, you go through phases when you have so many, you buy them and then you have too many and then you use them and then you don't have any. And I was at the don't have any stage. And so I bought 2 packs of them, one to leave down in America and one to bring up. And this is a brand new chapstick. I've only had it for a couple weeks at this point and now it's missing a lid. So that's fun. It's not going to hurt the dog, whichever dog. I know who it was. Let me know in the comments if you think you know who it was. Which one of our dogs is a garbage dump and would eat random things, any random thing they found on the floor. Although, you know what? Yeah, I'm giving you like 2 seconds to write in the comments. I think it was George, but Luna loves to eat chapstick. So it could have been Luna. I haven't seen any evidence of who it was, if that makes sense. But it could have been either one of them, I think. George just eats random stuff. Like you drop something and he'll just chomp it without even thinking. But Luna loves chapstick. Like I've lost a few chapsticks to the Luna. She loves pens too. She'll eat up a pen like nobody's business. You can't leave pens out. Ballpoint pens. Sharpies I can generally leave out, but ballpoint pens I can't, because she'll just eat them or like gel pens. She really likes gel pens. They can be on your desk, but they can't be like on the windowsill or anywhere that's not your desk, like on the kitchen table. Sometimes she'll grab them. They're another weird dogs. Okay, now I just have one color. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm gonna go eat lunch after this. It's almost noon. Okay, L. Which one is L? It's got to be a blue, right? L. L. So I may start the next section without filming it. I don't know. I feel like not everybody is watching these. So if I do start the next section, I will not be talking through it because I don't really have a lot more to say. But also I need to work on which kitty. Oh, did you see that? I need to work on Witch Kitty Brew and Litter Dragon today too. So maybe I'll just work on those instead and just call it a day for this section. Next week I'll have more time to film this. This week was kind of a weird week with all the travel going on. So, you know. Okay, I'm going to finish this section today and then I will get this video posted, I think, because if I don't get to it today, it may not happen. Tomorrow is going to be busy. Anywho. Of course, this last section would take much longer than it should. And I really like the simplicity of these. I like how they're not simple, right? There's tons going on in them and the shading and everything, but there's not a lot of colors, you know? I really like that. I like it. I like the use of color, I should say. It's very creative. I love art by Julia. I'm very excited to start Duck Bath. One of the things I want to do this year, I know I've talked about it, is to finish all of my open, oh no, diamond paintings. This is what I get for trying to rush. So Duck Bath is open, but I'm not going to work on that one probably until summer or fall. I do kind of tentatively have my Drills and Chills painting picked out. I am going to do Drills and Chills this year, I'm pretty sure. I think I'm going to do Witchy Woman by Peggy Collins. Because I was going to do that one last year. I don't know if you guys remember. I was deciding between that one, Witchy Woman, and Witch Kitty Brew for November, and I picked Witch Kitty Brew. But so I wonder if I should do Witchy Woman for Drills and Chills, and then I can be done with it. I think Drills and Chills is, I've never done it before. Is it 2 months? Or is it 1 month? If it's 2 months, I might be able to do 2. Because, you know, I'm finishing like 1 a month, right? I'm not at all. I should not be rushing. I'm rushing. Don't rush. Don't be like me. Ah! I just had bad luck today. Okay, come on. Look how crooked those are. Okay, let's not look at how crooked they are. But look how crooked they are. Okay, I'm going to go from the top then because I feel like these are straighter. It goes so fast when you're multi-placing, but I'm still getting used to it. Like oh man, I did my first multi-placing with Litter Dragon, and it was really eye-opening to see how poorly I multi-placed on a lot of the places when I was because I haven't touched Litter Dragon in like at least a year, maybe even 2. It was one of the first ones I started, and I never, I don't know. I was holding off on it for a little bit, and I wasn't working on it. And now that I've started it again, I can tell it was my first square, and I can tell, like, I can really tell it was my first square. My drills are so misplaced in a lot of places, and I'm having issues with like getting them to fit. I'm having to like go through and fix large areas, like just shuffle everything down a little bit because it's not spaced for me to add the drill that needs to be in there. So I'm definitely gotten better at diamond painting since I started it, that's for sure. I mean, that's good to know, right? That I've improved. My skills have improved with all this practice. Oh my gosh. There's going to be a lot of drills on the floor. I definitely need to vacuum. So that's good to know, right? Like, there's room for improvement, and it's not just like I'm not always going to be placing my squares so crookedly. So I was amazed at how people can just do it really instinctively, and they're straight. Like mine, I feel like they're never, like how crooked that was. They're never like really straight all the way. There's always, but also I'm not like, I'm not going to be hard on myself. It's a learning process, right? And I need to not rush like I am right now. I just got really hungry all of a sudden. Now my eating schedule's way off with all the travel and busyness. So, and daylight savings is coming up. Ugh, I'm not looking forward to that. It's probably also why I'm so tired too. It was only like an hour difference, but I think it made a difference for me. Oh, look. I just noticed that. Did you guys see that way before I did? It looks like a little pumpkin or something with a smiley face. That's so cute. I just noticed it. I'm upside down. Well, you guys are too, but I didn't see that before until now. See? It's like a little pumpkin almost. So those plants, those must be books. They look like books now to me, now that I'm looking back at it. I'll turn it around and we can look together. How about that? Almost. We're getting close. I need like the championship music to finish this section. The Rocky music. Da, 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 da. Or no, it's like, it starts out like, oh, I can't even do it. I'll find it, maybe. Maybe not. I don't know about time. I'm gonna try and get this one posted on Friday. So tomorrow. Although it might not be till Saturday. Sorry, I just got really quiet. I was thinking. I forgot to talk. Okay, almost done. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate everybody and all my subscribers. I will probably do, if you've made it this far, a giveaway for my 100th subscriber. It looks like I have hit 100, and it will probably be honestly later this month, just because I have so much other stuff going on right now, and I need to find my copy of Plumeria. I think I set it aside, but I don't have it, and I feel like I'm missing a couple of other diamond paintings too. So I'm just wondering if when my husband went down to get all the rest of my diamond paintings, if I forgot that there's a bunch at the bottom of this shelf where they were stored. So I'm gonna have to have my daughter look today or tomorrow. Oh, I missed one. Look, I missed one right there. Oh, good thing I was feeling around. Okay, let's do one last one. I think I just forgot to do that one. I don't think it's one that popped off. So I am going to do something for that. I'm going to give away Plumeria. So I will have an announcement post here in the next week or two with instructions on how to enter in that contest. It'll probably just be like a comment on a post or something like that. And then like the rules will probably be like you need to provide your address, right? Because I can't ship it to you unless you provide an address, and it'll probably be only US and Canada addresses only. So yeah, and I should probably make sure everyone knows that like my older copy, it's an older copy of Plumeria. It's in the old box. So because I bought them like a couple years ago, so it's not like a new copy. But they are great. Like you can look at my review of it. It's the same. It's another, like I bought them at the same time. So my review is of the same. It'll be the same one. So there was just a little bit of gapping, but you know, it's a free diamond painting. So, okay. Thank you for watching. I'm so glad I finished this section. Look at how cute that little pumpkin is. He's so cute. Oh my gosh. I think it's a mirror. Yeah, let's turn it around so we can see it. Looks like a little mirror and like some plants and some books and a pumpkin. So maybe it's like a fall theme. I don't know. We'll have to see. Oh, I can see it from this direction, which how crooked my drills are. Oh, that one's really bad. That one's like not even in place. Oh my gosh. Okay. So next I'm going to work on, let me move my stuff so I don't knock it over. Next I'm going to work on this section down here. I think this one. So that is adorable. Oh my gosh, I'm really glad I did this section. I was really worried because I'm like, this is just line blocking, right? But then down here, there's this beautiful part, like maybe that's a table or something. I don't know. I think I'm gonna do down, and then the next one after that I'm gonna probably do is like this here. So maybe this week I can get through most of this section down here. And then maybe I'll do, I don't know. I gotta figure it out. So thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. As always, please like and subscribe. Check out my posts tab for news and updates in the community. And I hope you have a great day.